Hello everyone and welcome to what is pretty much Mentos is too tired to actually play games well, so this will probably be a horrible display of failure. I did not get very much sleep last night. I tried to sleep again when I woke up in the morning and could not, and so now I am completely and utterly tired and will probably not be doing too well on these runs today. But we might as well do the October 28th daily challenge because quite frankly I don't feel like playing anything else while I am this tired. I had considered doing it, but I think that this is probably our best option in terms of me actually being used to the game enough to make anything good happen. Well, I am getting some extreme frame rate stutter. Give me one moment, please. Let me try, that would probably be why. I had a Twitch stream open and muted, and that'll probably not do good things for frame rate. So we should be a little bit better now, hopefully. Definitely seems that way compared to what it just was, because that was absolutely horrendous. So note to self, do not leave a stream open when you are doing something that is, quite frankly, very difficult for your graphics processing to handle. Because that is probably not the best way to go about doing things. That'll happen when you're this tired, because you don't think, you just kind of act. So we did not get very much gold on that first floor. Not a whole lot going on it really. There wasn't really much opportunity for us to get more gold than we did. I think we only missed like a couple of gold bars and maybe a couple of things that we just couldn't see, but not a whole lot was missed really. A little chunk of gold, I guess it's better than nothing. We do have our vault here, which means that we will not be able to access this area over here, which has a decent amount of gold, but it looks like we can get in from below actually. So you know what, we're just going to keep moving along here and hope that that's the case, because there is a decent amount of gold there. There is also a damsel, which I would like to pick up, because the more health, the safer we are in terms of making this run actually last longer. And we'll see what we can do. Kill the snake, kill the bat. The bats just look like so innocent when they're attacking you compared to some of the other enemies. Like you look at, you know, even the skeletons, they're like limping their way toward you. They got their arms outstretched to attack you. And you get the bats and they're just kind of like slowly fluttering after you. They'll follow you through the whole level if you don't kill them. They just seem so friendly, but then you let them hit you. And you're like, come here buddy, I'll give you a hug, you're a cute little bat. And it's like, no, I'm gonna kill you. You're like, you lied to me, bat. You lied. How dare you lie to me? So obviously 6 health is a pretty good start to the run, but that can all evaporate very quickly. Especially on this level, where not only is it a my skin is crawling level, but it is one where we absolutely have to go through the spiders because our chest is over there behind them. So that could make things difficult for us. Our key is much easier to get. We're just going to plant a bomb right here. We could go after our damsel. I don't know if it's really worth it when we already have 6 health. It's not going to be a big difference between 6 and 7, quite frankly. Kill that stuff there. And now for the hard part. That actually landed pretty well. I was going to say hopefully it was close enough to actually damage the spider. Because sometimes you can get it up there where it's just not quite close enough to where it actually hits them. And then you just feel like you wasted not only the bomb, but... Now here's the hard part, is that in fact that was our last bomb, which is problematic in more ways than one. Not the least of which because now we have to deal with this spider without any kind of items to help us. Or any bombs, but oh god, that was actually going extremely well. Okay, well it somehow hit me even though I was jumping on top of it, which doesn't make much sense, but other than that, I guess things aren't horrible. We still haven't seen a shop, which is really unusual. And we only have 4 ropes, no bombs. So we aren't in a very good position, let's be honest here. But we still have 4 health. Even after taking the hit from that spider, we got our Ujedi. Things could be worse, is what I'm getting at here. They could be a whole lot better, but they could be worse. Thank you, Norden, as always. Compass, I kind of want the mystery box, but I'm not going to pay for it, and I'm not going to rob the shop for 3 ropes. Well then, you see what happened there was I stopped holding left before the appropriate time. I told you, too tired for Spelunky. Too tired for Spelunky. But gonna try more anyway, because I think we can do better than that. I should at least be able to make it to the black market. At least be able to make it there. If not better, but I should be able to at least make it there, even with how tired I am. It should be a thing that happens. I would love to get those 2 crates, but that's like 3 bombs worth you have to spend to get in there. Unless those were both bomb crates, it wouldn't really be worth it, so I guess we're going to leave both of those be. Watch one of them be a plasma cannon. I could have used my thought on the best high-scoring Spelunky strategy of all time. But no, we aren't able to tell. The world may never know. And even from the bottom, they're just like encased in there, for God's sake. I mean, I guess if I timed the bomb really well, I might be able to blow a hole in there that I could get in with 2 bombs, but even that is, like, it would have to be a perfectly cooked bomb. There would be no room for error on that. Whoop, 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 whoop. I guess we're going to use a rope to go back up there. I'm not sure if there was anything useful over there, but I want to see. 2 gold bars in a pot. I wish I hadn't used the rope to go back up here. Regardless, we are on to the next floor, this time with 3,400 gold on the first floor. Even worse than last time. Who'd have thought that was possible? On the bright side, this is a snake pit, which means that we will get a matic, which, assuming we don't rob a shop on this floor, could turn into a good amount of gold for us. There are also a couple of crates in here. There's an altar that we can bring the damsel to. We got 6 bombs out of that. I'm happy with that. Oh. Damsel, you are not allowed to die. We need to sacrifice you. You can only die in the method specified by me. So now we're going to grab our matic. We're going to take this up here, if I can make my jump right. And then we're going to pop a couple hits over there, open up that pathway, and then grab our damsel and bring her up here. And hopefully get something decent from Miss Cully here. Climbing gloves, that's not bad. We can get spike shoes, a cape, and spring shoes from that shop if we rob it. And we could get them even if we didn't rob it, but it would be rather foolish to not rob it. And if that's the case, we aren't going to be hanging on to that matic for very long, unfortunately. But I guess we shall, we kind of have to do things this way. Hey, I didn't take damage from that. That's actually awesome. I think that's the first time I've ever made it through doing that without taking damage. So yeah, we're gonna toss this over here. We're gonna grab our matic, and we're gonna spend the rest of the time pretty much until the ghost shows up, just mining resources, getting a bunch of gold saved up as much as we can, because otherwise this matic is pretty much completely wasted, and that is not something I want to do. You know, the matic is quite useful, but when you've already robbed the shop, you kind of need to keep that shotgun. Not only is it a permanent thing that you get to keep, but it's also something that will allow you to have an easier time dealing with shopkeepers, which is quite important, mind you. Now, as long as we dig at this level, we won't anger Kali by destroying her altar, which is a good thing, mind you. Unless you're trying to do an eggplant run, there's really no reason to try to get the ball and chain, except I guess for extra challenge if you really want to. We are down to 1 health because I am playing horribly. Let us get our ghosts up this way. while we continue to dig out the last bits of gems. And then we shall leave our Matic be. Drop, slow down, drop, slow down. Grab this gem, grab our shotgun, and get going. So we've only got 1 health. That's real bad, mind you. But other things aren't going so poorly for us. We can get a Kapala on this floor, assuming there is a damsel. Which, mind you, there is not always a damsel. Which is always kind of annoying. There is a snake pit here as well. So we are actually getting our 2nd snake pit in a row, which is both awesome and horrible. We could try to sacrifice both shopkeepers after killing them. I don't know if that's really the best of decisions. We'll drop our shotgun down here. We're gonna grab damsel. I think I need to use a rope to get back up here. I might have been able to do it without the rope, but I don't think I could have, so I just decided to save some time and get it done. Let's get our Kapala, get some blood out of it. Okay, so now things are potentially a little bit better for us, because we can build up health a lot quicker now. In fact, we've almost got another health already. I guess we'll use another bomb to get another Matic, even though it won't last us through this floor. Oops. I really want to jump and swing at the same time. Do it again, thank you. Now, we need to be a little bit careful with this, because once we open up that hole in the wall, this shopkeeper might just jump directly through. Or he might make this easy on us. That's cool too. I almost messed it up, but he did make it easy for us. We do have some other stuff we could sacrifice if we so chose. Although it would take more ropes to get back up top, and I don't know if I want to use more ropes. I have plenty of them, it's just more so a matter of time consumption. But I think it's probably a wise decision to bring at least the shopkeepers up there. That makes it less likely that we'll have to sacrifice a damsel for the Kapala, and that is a good thing. So up we go. Except we already have the ghosts after us, which changes things immensely. We don't have an easy way to get back up here without using a rope. No, we can't do that. I was hoping we could, but it's just not feasible. So instead, we'll move onwards to the next floor. We will grab our shotgun, which should be over here, and get out of here. Wish I could have handled that better. Wish I would have moved faster so I could sacrifice that other shopkeeper. But all in all, not the worst thing that could have happened. We do have our key on this level, as well as our chest, which I have seen both of already. It's always nice when they put them relatively close to the start of the level, so you don't have to try to escort everything. There we go, there's our Ujadi. We can get this gold up here. A little bit more blood. We are actually back up to 4 health without even saving another damsel, which is of course a very nice change from being at 2 health just moments ago. Now if we can get him shot and knocked out, we can, oh god, kind of roll like this, which makes it, oh god, there's another shopkeeper there. That was scary. This man is still alive. I'm not very happy about that. Oh god. Yep. Screw you, game. Screw you. I mean, what happened was the shopkeeper that was on the ground just happened to be just in the range of my shotgun. where he absorbed all the bullets and the other guy found his way out of the hole at the perfect time, of course, because they get much better AI the second you're within sight than they ever have otherwise. And he proceeded to kill me very, very simply. That was a good run we had going on. That was a pretty bad way for it to end. I'm kind of upset about that, actually. But, you know, I didn't aim my shot well enough, so it's my own fault, no one else's, but doesn't make it any less disappointing. Just because I didn't wait long enough to shoot, because I had to either shoot or be killed. I got impatient, and that's why it happened. All that shopkeeper, to be quite honest, did not seem like he was going to be going into an area where I could hit him anytime soon. So, it is what it is. It works, I guess. We can start our third run so far. It's 16 minutes in. I can take a nice long sip of a beverage. Except that wasn't really a long sip, that was just kind of a short one, but oh well. Close enough, right? And we'll grab this gold. We do have an altar on this level, so we can begin the process of getting a Kapala again. We also have our key in our chest. Spike shoes are all I want in there, so I'm not robbing that shopkeeper. There has to be a bit of a balance between robbing shopkeepers or not. That was really stupid. But you know, there has to be a balance, otherwise you're just asking for trouble. Oh, come on! Now, Doggy is right here at the bottom, so let's just do this the easy way, where we have to use less ropes to get him to the altar. We might as well also get this gold down here, because why not? Unfortunately, I couldn't get a bomb placement that would have been well placed and gotten me those, what am I looking for? The, 2 rubies there. You gotta kind of do a little bit of maneuvering to get the paste as well. Up we go. I didn't have to go back up another level. What am I doing? A cape. That's a cool item to get for free. I'll accept that. That's pretty much the best thing Kali can offer you when you don't already have a bunch of items. Because you can get the jetpack from the altar, but that's only if you already have the climbing gloves, the cape, the pitcher's mitt, the spring boots, the, pretty much unless you have every item that you can hold, then you can't get the jetpack from Kali. But if you do have everything, then you do get the jetpack. And if you have a jetpack, then you get a bomb box. So there's kind of a nice little easy to remember hierarchy when it comes to your rewards that you can possibly get. Now see, here's a tough situation because we got 3 bomb bags that I want. Don't want to rob the shop. I did not want the pace. I wanted the bomb bag. Screw you, game. I'm very glad I didn't accidentally whip that spider, because that would have been real bad. Come here, Mr. Bat. I should have been a little bit more careful about that arrow trap, considering we do only have 3 health, but, oh well. No big deal. And we can bounce our way over here and head onwards. Not a very good floor, mind you, but a floor that we got 9 bombs out of, so I guess that's a plus. We can use a rope to get a crate here, although it would be our last rope, and that kind of scares me. Because as I always say, if we don't have ropes, we have troubles. If we have lots of ropes, they're usually useless. Because you only really need a few, usually, on a level-by-level basis. Or even on a game-wide basis, you only usually need a few ropes. But when you've already used a few, then you got problems if you aren't getting more. Why are there so many cobras on this stage? I don't like cobras, and I don't like the fact that there are so many of them. Take them away, game. We don't really need to go over here, but we wanted to check for the altar. Not the altar, the black market over on this side. Oh, I missed my jump. There we go. Bye bye, Mr. Piranha Plant. Now, I was kind of hoping our damsel would be on this level, but he is not. Our black market is on this world. I can actually see it down there. Oh my god, I did not jump again fast enough. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. I did not think the spikes would trigger before I had a chance to jump. They usually give... and there's usually enough time to jump. Oh well. I gave you fair warning at the start of this episode, did I not? I gave you fair warning that this would be a horrible episode in terms of run quality. You probably believed me, but if you didn't, then that was just a mistake on your part. I can't be held accountable for that. There's a decent amount of treasure over there, but I don't feel like having to deal with that arrow trap for it, so oh well. I don't think it's really worth a bomb either, to be perfectly honest. And we can kill all these things, we can come over here, and a rope for a doggy and a bomb for a crate. Sounds like a good couple of trades to me. We get 3 bombs out of it, as well as the health. Like I said, sounds like a deal to me. Oh man. Really am tired. Tired me. What would happen if I just fell asleep while recording this and then uploaded it to YouTube? I'm not sure if I would get more views than average or less. Once again, not enough to be worth robbing, so we're just gonna buy the spike shoes. It seems to be becoming a recurring trend here on these set of runs. Wait a second. Give me something to grab. Skeleton head, that works. Is there a snake pit on the other side of this level? No. It just kind of looked like one. We are going to bomb right over here to get this crate, which is 3 ropes. We could bomb our way to the damsel as well if we so chose. Haha, little mouse, you're trapped. You're trapped, wait for it, like a rat! Yeah! Yes, I know that was a horrible pun, but I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed of my horrible pun. In fact, I like making horrible puns sometimes. It can be quite fun. Goodbye, Mr. Spider. You will die a painful death. And onward we go, once again, to the 3rd level of the mines. I am getting quite sick of seeing the mines today, both in my on-camera runs here and in my off-camera runs before that I tried to practice a little bit, where it was determined that I would be absolutely failing my way through this episode for sure. Regardless, we soldier on, because that is what I do. Who quits because of something as small as tiredness? That is no excuse. No excuse to not try again. And we can get our chest, so we'll get our Ujedi on this level. Oops. I guess it doesn't really matter, I can't get over there anyway. But, oh well. Hopefully our key is not back there. Though I believe it may be. Nope, it's not. And we can actually get the damsel and the key for 1 rope, so that's a good trade. Bonk. So we enter into the 4th level of the mines. Jedi obtained, paste, and 6 health. 3 bombs, 5 ropes, and spike shoes. That is the extent of this run so far, and that goes to tell you that we have had some pretty bad luck on this run. It is not very common when you get to this point in the game, and your most valuable resource is 5 ropes. There was nothing over there, unfortunately. I was kind of crossing my fingers there would be, but no such luck. The spider can die. I don't know why I killed him, that just exacerbates the bomb problem we're having, but please tell me. Hired help. Hired help in the shop. Whoop-de-doo. We're gonna make a gamble here. Maybe a stupid gamble, but we're gonna make a gamble. You're gonna put a bomb right here. And you're going to see what is in that crate, and if it is not bombs, it is 12 bombs. That was a really good gamble. And see, this is why you occasionally have to place your bets in Spelunky, because sometimes it just works so much better than you ever dreamed it would. I wish there had been an altar on this level, because then we could have used hired help to get a Kapala. But oh well, we'll go into the jungle with 7 health. That's not bad. In fact, but far and away the best run that we've had all night in terms of just sheer not getting hurt. This frog is just kind of chilling on the worm. I don't know if I like that. But I guess he's not really a problem to anyone. As long as they don't toss the damsel in there, he's not going to hurt anything. He's just going to sit there and wish that he could get away. If I did toss the damsel, then he would just get eaten by the worm, like the damsel, and probably be a pretty sad little frog. We're going to grab this boomerang, because we might as well have a weapon. I mean, we're obviously not going to get something as good as last time, but bomb bag is still pretty useful. Doesn't need to be a bomb box every time to be a useful crate. Yahaha. I have heard no sign of blinking on this level, so we're just going to move on. I could have gotten that damsel for 2 bombs. Would it have been a smart decision? Maybe. But was it a decision I was prepared to make? No. I mean, more health is always good, but there does come a certain point where you've got enough health where the only thing that you're going to die to is insta-kills. And accidentally careening yourself off of ledges. And bats, apparently. Maybe I should have taken that damsel, because now we only have 5 health. And that is a much more precarious position to be in. I see our exit down there. What is this? This is Jungle 2-2. So the black market doesn't have to be on this level. We've heard no sign of it so far. Let's just do that for safety's sake. Jump across these vines, get our money, and go. Black market should be on this level. We will hope that it is. No guarantees that we haven't missed it, but I don't think we have. In fact, now I know we haven't. That was rather silly because I didn't have my boomerang ready to attack the snail when I got below, but oh well. So it seems like our black market is going to be over on the right side, down a little bit somewhere. Obviously it's not up top here. But we got 3 more ropes, which isn't a bad thing, and we got a little bit more in terms of money. And there's our black market. Mr. Orange Frog was going to open it, but then I hit him with the boomerang and he moved. Let's just go. Let's just go. No use waiting around and getting ourselves killed. Black market, we meet again. What do we have for sale here? Bomb box, Mr. Angry Tiki Man, a cape, some climbing gloves, some spring shoes. Oh god, another Angry Tiki Man. I'm glad shopkeepers don't disavow violence in their shop. They don't like when you blow it up or stuff, but they don't really mind if you just, stomp on the head of another customer. Or potential customer. plant a bomb right there. Hired help actually took care of that Tiki Man for us. So now he's got our boomerang and he's kind of scaring me. Hired help, I gotta hand it to you. You were a bro right there. But I'm sorry. I just can't trust you. You have killed me too many times for me to trust you. Let us put a bomb over here. Snail bubble is not going to hit us. I should have grabbed that shopkeeper who died already's shotgun, but it fell down low enough where I was kind of worried about trying to grab it. Now we'll grab this one, which allows us to make sure that we don't take damage going over here. We can go down to the bottom row of shops where there are even more bombs for us before we go grab the Ankh. We should place this like right here. Oh god. Why? Why you gotta be such a jerk, game? Oh god. That was really close. Really, really close. Okay, now we're just gonna take care of this brigade in the Ankh area. And then we have made it through the black market successfully for the first time tonight. And I can at least end this video a little bit happy. We did plant a bomb on one of the shopkeepers and it killed all three of them. That was a really good bomb, if I do say so myself. We're going to begin the process of bombing our way down here. And we could take the long way around, but I'm kind of worried about our timing compared to the ghost. As you can see, I had a reason to be worried about that. I was afraid that Tiki Man was going to throw his boomerang, otherwise I would have gone to get that damsel. It was right there, it would have been really easy to get even with the ghost coming, but nothing new in that shop unless the mystery box is good. So I'm kind of hesitant to even spend time going for it, but we'll see what happens when we get a little bit better view of what's possible here. So that went about as I expected it to. What the? Get up, get up, get up. Go, go, go. Get to freedom. Freedom! Freedom! Honestly, I don't know how we survived that explosion. I didn't even think that we would be caught in an explosion. But, we were. To be fair, we were caught in that explosion. And it cost us a lot of health. But now we can go back up here to the shop and see what's going on. Actually, no, we must not have been caught in the explosion. We must have gotten hit by something right before the explosion. Jetpack! Yes! Mystery box! You are a hero! You are worth the health I lost for you. Unfortunately, most of that shopkeeper's gold flew out under the level, down into the abyss. And I also don't see a damsel, but we will be sacrificing ourselves soon. So no biggie on that. And onward we go. Hopefully we will not be dying very soon. That was a rather risky maneuver, but we just killed 2 mammoths at the same exact time. That's kind of cool. That's an accomplishment to make a jump that perfect that we hit both of them at once. We do have our vault on this level. We also have Angry Shopkeeper number 2 down there. Damsel, not really important, because if we survive past this level anyway, we're going to be just letting ourselves die on the next level. And I don't think a health that we're going to get after this level is going to make the difference in our survival of this level. We should probably plant a bomb up there to get this crate, because crates are almost always worth it. 3 ropes, never mind. And then we're going to go open up this vault. I hate the rollover time for the daily challenge on Sunday. Because as much as I haven't been as into The Walking Dead this season as I have been in the past, I still like to watch at 8 o'clock on Sundays, and the daily challenge rolls over at 7. So, by the time I'm able to record a daily challenge, we are in a position where, you know, it's kind of, if runs at the beginning don't go well, when I take my time to do well on runs later, I end up getting late to watching the show. So, it doesn't really work out the best time-wise. It'll be a little bit easier, I guess, starting next month, or not next month, next week when Daylight Savings rolls over, because then we'll be able to see what's going on. Daylight Savings reminds me of the ridiculousness of the planned Dark Souls 2 beta last night. That made me very glad they did do a beta, because problems were galore. If you weren't following it, first things first, there was a miscommunication in times about the start time of the beta. They had told the US audience, or the Americas audience if you include South America I should say, they had told us that the beta would start at 11 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 1 a.m. here in Central Time. This was a miscommunication based on thinking that our daylight savings time had already ended, apparently, and the beta was actually scheduled to start at midnight Pacific and 2 a.m. here. Excuse me for that burp. So yeah, so we were waiting around for like an hour. At some point during that hour, we did hear that there was going, and the time was off, and we were going to start at a different time. This was found out not from an official source, but from a tweet that Epic Name Bro translated from the Japanese From Software account. And so we find out that it's going to start later, so we wait, and at the beginning we're getting, you know, cannot log into server errors. Okay, you know, it's a big stress test. It's the most people the server's ever had tried to log on at once. So we'll give it a break for a while, see what happens. And we're waiting, and we're waiting. That, like, I think it was a little bit over a half an hour in to the actual start time of the beta, we get a tweet from Bamco saying that there has been a problem and they're working on resolving it for the US and South America. And so we're like, okay, well, we'll just wait until we hear more from them. And then like a half an hour later, we get another tweet saying, guys, the beta is going to be canceled for today, it'll be rescheduled, we apologize. And like, you can't be mad about stuff going wrong with the beta. But from the looks of things, at least from what we could tell from the errors we were getting, which were almost exclusively once the servers were okay, they were almost exclusively errors with it saying that we didn't have the proper version. So what it appears happens is that the patching agent either wasn't working, or they just forgot to upload the patch for the American servers. And so, you know, we were waiting a couple hours and ended up getting nothing out of it. Now it is going to be rescheduled. Everyone who was in it is going to get into the next one, of course. But it's just kind of like, you know, the miscommunication was a bad start to things, and then it just kind of went downhill. You know, it's hard to say that a company as big as Namco Bandai shouldn't be able to work out the time zones when From Software tells them they're doing it at this time in Japan time. You would think Namco would be able to translate that into the proper US time. They've got more than enough people working there, I'm sure, that somebody could have fact-checked the fact that daylight savings time wasn't over yet. So yeah, you know, that was disappointing, but, you know, eventually we just found out that not only was it extremely late, we had been waiting up for it, but they weren't going to run it, and it was, you know, in all likelihood something just to do with not having the patch able to be pushed, or whether that was because it wasn't uploaded on time or what, whatever the case may be, it was kind of a crappy situation. You know, on the other side of the world, the EU and Japan were both able to play, but they got saddled with an error where none of the multiplayer functions of the game were working. So, you know, the US and South America, we didn't get to play at all. The Japanese and European players, they got to play, but they got to play a horribly underpowered version of the game, which pretty much failed to be the thing that the beta was supposed to be, which was a network stress test for multiplayer. So, you know, the beta was just a failure all around. Hopefully the next running of the test will go better. We can cross our fingers on that at least. I don't really see any reason why it wouldn't go better, but you know, things happen that are unexpected. It's pretty much a given of game development, especially for a large-scale game like Dark Souls 2. So it's not really a concern with, you know, being mad at the company for letting bad things happen. It's just kind of one of those things where it was just a really crappy situation that we ended up in. And it might have been able to be handled better, it depends. And I think part of the reason that they didn't tell us that the test was going to be canceled until later was because I think they were trying to work things out, and then just decided that if they tried to work things out, we would have so much time cut off from the beta, and multiplayer wasn't working, so it wasn't a proper beta anyway. So they decided to just not even get us booted up. You know, I know a lot of people, myself included, would still like to play, even with the servers not working properly. But at the same time, I do understand their idea that, you know, maybe the good portion of, and the reason for their test was shot, so why spend the time to work on it? Okay, sorry, I thought I heard a message. I must be tweaking out a bit. But yeah, so, you know, the purpose of the test was already shot by the time that we would have had a chance to get in anyway. So I think, you know, not having us in there made sense. It may not have been our favorite decision, but the test was already rendered pointless by the fact that multiplayer wasn't working. All that, not getting things fixed for the US and South America did. Well, North America and South America. I keep saying US, but I guess that's because it's the most populated region, probably. I don't know, I'm tired. That's probably the actual reason. I usually am aware enough of my surroundings to point out that it is North America and South America, not the US and South America. But I'm tired, so you know what? Cut me some slack here. Where was I going with this? So yeah, I mean, all around, it made sense to not put us through to not spend the time to fix things, get us into the beta so that we could get none of what was hoped to be accomplished done. But at the same time, that doesn't mean it's not disappointing. Unlike a lot of people, you know, I got to play in the first beta, so it probably didn't bother me quite so much not being able to play as it did people who were unable to get into that one, because at least I had experienced the game a bit before. That thing was seriously still there, and I just walked right into it. Shopkeeper is already dead, that's good. We're gonna toss a bomb on this tiki trap, because this scares the crap out of me. And then we're just gonna take the short way down here. Another bomb being used is an ideal situation, but it is something that'll help us out. We are not gonna jump down there and try to get the shopkeeper's gold. We're gonna go to the city of gold. And I did not think we would make it here in this video, and quite frankly, in the time that videos normally run for me, we did not. But I stuck with regular runs, and it is paying off for us. So I hope you enjoy this potentially decent run. And it's already a decent run. It's not really potentially decent at this point. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm going for here. That's what I'm getting at by you know what I mean there. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Good, that arrow trap got triggered. We're going to place a bomb there, get out of dodge so that that arrow, which is going to bounce around crazily, doesn't hit us. Wait a bit. Shoot this mummy once, shoot it twice. Duck. Oh god. I trapped myself. I had nothing I could do. I forgot that the mummy just wouldn't give up on firing those things. And so I kind of just ducked to get out of the way and figured I would jump up and shoot him again. And I forgot that that would just make it where it was impossible to do anything with. So, with that, we're going to conclude this episode of Mentos Plays Spelunky. Had a better run than I expected, but as a whole was not nearly that good. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video, despite my tiredness, my rambling, my loss of train of thought more often than normal. And I will see you next time. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And enjoy the rest of your day, night, whenever it is. We're going to toss Mr. Tunnel Man to the tunnel here and tell him to get to work. Anyway, take care, everyone. See you later.